Turn on the AC. It's Angel Caruso.
Hello and welcome back. Here I am to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. I absolutely adored this film. To see Hugh Jackman back was a delight, a pleasure, a feast for the eyes, something that I've wanted to see since Logan. I wished he had one more go at being Wolverine. You can really see the chemistry between Hugh and Ryan Reynolds, that they are genuinely friends, because it shows. There is a certain energy about them when they're on screen together, and this should have been made years ago. This is my only gripe. Everybody's looking at this film as if it's going to save the MCU. I don't see that happening. Is it a good superhero film? Yes, but the problem is, this subject and storyline has been beaten to death over the last 20 years. And for all of its excellence, which this film is excellent, I'm fucking bored. I'm so bored of superheroes. Because we just keep getting more and more and more of the same. Now people would say, how can you say the film is good? I can, but it's like when a child draws you a picture and then draws you another one to impress you and draws you another one to impress you, and it's like you get inundated with all these drawings and it's like, yeah, they're all beautiful. And that's how I feel about superheroes now. The things that I loved about this film, the cameos were great. I loved seeing Sabretooth back, the original one. I loved the opening scene, him searching for Wolverine and finding his corpse, and then absolutely battering everybody with his body parts. I thought that was genius. I loved the fact that he wears the true Wolverine suit, bright yellow, and it's explained and it doesn't look silly. In fact, it looks good and it makes you think, could this have been done 24 years ago? Absolutely no way. We would not have accepted a bright yellow suit, but now we're hungry for something different. We've seen black suits, we've seen dulled down versions, serious versions, completely different version suits. And now we want something that little bit different, and they gave us it. Is it an excellent film? Yes. But is it flawed at the same time? Yeah. And the reason is, halfway through the film, I felt like I was watching Free Guy just for about 10 minutes. It's when he meets the alternate version of himself, the one that's got the long hair, I can't remember what his name was, something Paul. That whole scene felt to me like Free Guy, because then we get what we think is Steve Rogers coming into it, but obviously it's Johnny Flame, played by Chris Evans. And that feels like Free Guy just a little bit. It's just this, I've seen this before somewhere. And then you realise that the director is the same director as Free Guy, and it's like, is anybody else picking up on this? That this just feels just a little bit similar to that. Is it superior than Free Guy? Absolutely. Free Guy's an alright film, but this is far better. But I just felt some vibes come in and tones, because Chris Evans was in Free Guy as a little cameo, and it was all like, I got deja vu here. That was a gripe for me. And The Void, there was way too much time in The Void, way too much Jennifer Garner, because she really adds nothing. I'd rather see Blade all day long. Like, yeah, it was cool to see Jennifer Garner, but she adds nothing to the movie. Like, everyone's like, oh, Jennifer Garner, and it's like, she was crap in Daredevil, she was crap in Elektra, and she was crap in this. I didn't need to see her, to be honest. It was kind of embarrassing seeing her. But the rest of them, beautiful. Loved it. Maybe Pyro. Pyro's acting was pretty shit. There's a reason why that guy's not in Hollywood. And you can see that by the way he acts in this, but it was fun to see him come back. Did I think we was going to get some more cameos? Yeah. Was I satisfied with what we've got? Yes, I would have liked to have seen some different ones. A lot of names was rumoured to be coming into this film, and when I saw it, I was like, oh, they haven't arrived in it. But you've got Jennifer Garner. Blade. Ooh. You know? Gambit's edition was funny. All of the scenes between Deadpool and Gambit were just beautiful. When he can't understand him, and his accent's like kind of shit. It was just funny. But then you've got Jennifer Garner in the mix, and it's like, I'd have seen anything but that. Like, it sounds like a cool idea on paper, but just that bit was just poop. And then when there's all them Deadpools running around, and it's like, oh, that one's small, that one's this, that one's that. That did my fucking head in. But the rest of it, beautiful. That was my only down for that. It was too much. It was like chaos. Let's not forget, Deadpool and Wolverine. Don't need all that. It's messy towards the end. The first half of the movie is superb. It ends pretty good as well. And then it leads me to the final part, the villain. Now, the villain's not a bad villain. The problem is, I'm 24 years into this. Even longer, because I've been watching superhero films since I was a kid. But let's just say from 2000, from X-Men. Let's just go from there. And you're getting this villain, which is Charles Xavier's sister. And she doesn't do a bad performance. In fact, she does a very good performance. The problem is, it's just overkill of a villain. And they are evil, and it's just we've seen it in so many of these films now where we're done in. We've seen it, and it's just that bit. I know they needed to move the story along and they needed to fight against something, but why does it always have to be like a huge super villain? Can it not just be a regular person who's clever? Why does it always have to have this aspect, which stops it from being a 10 out of 10 for me? I would give it a good 7 out of 10 because it's the third movie and it is a little bit tired. There's only so much laughing at Ryan Reynolds making potty jokes that you can do, and I've done them all now, and this is a great conclusion for me. I don't want to see any more Deadpool, and it's not because it's bad, it's because it's just right. Don't mess with it anymore. Let this be a trilogy, and don't bring him into the Avengers, because the news that came after it about Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Doctor Doom is shit. Like, how desperate are Disney and Marvel right now that they have to completely change the story, the plan that they had, which involved Kang. They are famous for recasting, and they are happy to, but for some reason they haven't done that with Kang. What they've done is seen that Quantum Mania was not performing well, and that whole story arc was shit compared to Thanos. So what they've done is gone, Jonathan Majors has made a boo-boo in real life, we're going to use that excuse to absolutely change it. And what are we going to do? We're going to top it all by the man who kills Thanos is going to come back as Doctor Doom. That's the theory behind this. This is what they're all sat there thinking. This is what people want. The only person who can defeat Thanos was Robert Downey Jr. So he's going to be a better villain. Let's hope he is, but I'm already disappointed because there are so many actors out there that are trying. And am I going to go and pay my money to see this film because he's going to be the villain? No. I am bored. I am bored. I'm bored that there's no creativity. To get him coming back is so desperate that I don't want to spend any more money on Marvel. Let the new generation spend the money on that. There's an uncomfortable feeling with Robert Downey Jr. becoming Doctor Doom. And you know what? I don't care who directs it. I don't want to see him. He's had his day. Please let some new talent come in. Just like they was doing with Jonathan Majors. Don't rely on this guy that we've been watching since 2008 come in and be the villain. I don't know. Good luck to him. Not interested. But Deadpool Wolverine, great movie. Just a few little flaws here and there, stopping it from it being a 10 out of 10. And I'm just going to leave that one there. Thank you.
Turn on the AC. It's Angel Caruso.